Have you witnessed the battle of identity that's raging in our world all around us right now? We sure have. We see it everywhere we go every single day. And so that's one of the reasons we wrote the book, Who Am I? My name's Joey Letourneau, and my wife and I have 8 kids. I've also written over 14 books, but there's a big distinction between those two things. An author writing is something I love to do, but it is something that I do. It's not who I am. But being a dad of 8 kids, that's part of who I am. And so often in the world, and when it comes to that battle of identity, we tend to lean towards what we do instead of living out of who we are. What I do in writing is much more valuable when I do it out of who I am as a dad. That's what this book is all about. It's called Who Am I? It's about rediscovering who we were each created to be, because we live in a world with a battle of identity all around us. The world forces us to measure ourselves by what we do. It's done it through most of our lives, and it's doing it to our kids. And we have to have more ways to speak to the value of identity of who our kids are, and to remember ourselves who we were created to be, so that we don't become what we do. We live instead out of who we are, and then what we do flows out of that. And that's really the theme of this book, Who Am I? About the Joybirds and the FFFOs. Welcome to this whimsical tale of the Joybirds and the FFFOs. The fearful, formerly fun ones is how their name actually goes. There's a song those Joybirds have always sung that the FFFOs have always wanted gone. When the be and the who overtakes the what and the do, that's when the fear goes away and you're free to say, I'll be exactly who he created me to be. But the formerly fun ones, preceded by fear, successfully snuffed out their counterparts' attempts at cheer. They lost their be and their who was no more, until Jeremiah had enough of their life of bore. Off to the original that Joybird went, to rediscover the life for which he was always meant. Jeremiah, one of the Joybirds, they had been enslaved by the FFFOs, and he's going on this journey to rediscover his be and his who, because he's tired of being enslaved by these fearful, formerly fun ones, all about what he does and what they do and measuring up to them in the world. He wants to rediscover that chorus that's been said about his life, that's been passed down through their heritage, that when the be and the who overtakes the what and the do, that's when your fear goes away and you're now free to say, that fear, it's that insecurity we all battle that makes us want to measure up and prove what we can do, to show the world what we've accomplished. But that's a fear we don't want to prove wrong. We want to get rid of fears like that and be free instead to be who we were originally created to be. It's what we truly crave for our lives. It's what we crave for our kids. And so when we write a book like Who Am I? We don't just write it as an author and what we do. We write it as a father, as a dad, as a mom, to your kids, to our kids, and to the child inside of you, to reaffirm who you were created to be and empower you to live that out, because that's where you'll shine brightest in your kids' world.